What up, Cardmunity? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe. And if you are not new here, then welcome back. So today I have a full face of makeup already done. Oh my gosh, who am I? It's also like quite a bit darker than I usually do, but it's just a cold, gloomy day and I was feeling like some crazy makeup. So this is what we got. I'm like, I feel like my face is not symmetrical and that really bothers me, but we're just living our lives. In any case, that's not what today's video is about. This monstrosity is what this video is about. So this is, oh my gosh, I'm about to fall out of my hands. This is all the makeup that I brought with me on our Euro trip. Of course, there are some new additions in here as well. So I'm gonna go through it and let you guys know what I got, what I brought, what I used, and what I did not. So look at that. I made a poem. So I got this whole kit with like, I don't want anything to fall out, but I got the whole kit that included like this little guy and this little guy at Winners. And I kept, I think, all of like my face and like, I think skin prep-ish stuff in here. And then all of like my smaller stuff, like eyeliners and lip stuff in here. And then in here, behind this stuff, everyone calm down. I kept like my eyeshadows and my bigger palettes. So let's start with this guy. So right on top here we have my makeup wipes, which honestly in general I really didn't use as much makeup as I thought I would. We attended a wedding, which if you watched my vlogs, I did not vlog because obviously it wasn't my wedding and I wasn't about to like infringe on other people's rights, so I didn't film it. But I had a bunch of stuff that obviously I wanted to wear at the wedding, so that was a little extra makeup that if I wasn't going to a wedding I probably would not have brought. But so I used them that day, and on other days it was primarily like eyeliner and mascara. So spoiler alert, I didn't do like full faces all the time as I had expected to, but I got these wipes at Miniso and they have a bunch of different wipes. But surprisingly, if you're buying wipes, check the back, because on a lot of wipes it'll say to keep them away from your eyes. As you can tell, a lot of makeup that we use is around our eyes, so having something that's eye safe is pretty important, and these did not indicate that they weren't safe for your eyes. And one sheet took off a lot more makeup than my typical sheets. They do tend to run out often is what I've noticed, but the pink micellar, however you want to say it, facial wipes are the ones that are best. So I did use those. I brought some extra powder puffs, which are still in their containers, so obviously I did not use these, but I had some products that I thought I might have used them, so I'm glad that I had them. They didn't take up that much room, so had them, didn't use them. So there you go. I had this 2-in-1 moisturizing primer from Nivea. Didn't end up using this, I don't think, either. Sometimes when I travel, I get really dry skin, but because we were in Mediterranean, it was super humid, so extra moisture on my face was not something I needed, whereas I think I ended up getting this when we were traveling in Banff last year because my face felt super dry. And I don't believe that I brought another primer because this was like a moisturizer and a primer in one. It's like a really thin jelly cream, which I don't want it to fall out, but it's like quite thin. and wispy, but did not need it. So if I were to know that now, I wouldn't have packed it, but I brought it. I had a whole ordeal with the It Cosmetics CC cream. I did a video about it. I bought it with like my $100 off voucher thing with Sephora. I have a video about that. I will link it up here if you're interested. But the first time I got it, it was like totally the wrong color, so I went in and got a different one, but also got this because it had like 50 SPF. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna wear makeup, like I want it to have sun protecting because it's sunny over there, unlike here, which is not sunny at all lately. But I did not use this. It was much too hot to wear any kind of foundation, to be honest. I think, no, I might have worn it for the wedding because it was in the evening. But aside from that, it was just too hot. I have, like I said, let me see if I can find it. So I brought 2 foundations. I brought my Bare Minerals Stick Complexion Rescue in the color Ginger, and I brought this one. And I want to say this one was the one I wore to the wedding, but in general it was so hot that I sweat like nobody's business. And so it was just too hot and I didn't want stuff on my skin. So I didn't use either of them, but this one was really odd because when I tried it in store, like, I don't know what's in it, but yeah, see, like, it's not even used. Like, it's totally brand new, totally untouched. So it's interesting because when you put it on your face, this one also has SPF, I think it's SPF 20, but this one said on the packaging that you have to reapply it like every 2 hours, and I was like, that's not gonna happen. And it was odd because when you put it on, it's like cooling somehow, and it really felt like you had a fresh wet towel on your face when I tried it. So I was like, oh, for those hot days. But like I said, it was so hot, I was so sweaty, I didn't want something just sitting on top of my skin. So I don't think, other than for the wedding, that I wore either of these at all. But it is something I'm still wanting to try. So this is 50, this is 20. This says you have to reapply. This one does not indicate that you have to reapply. So I don't know. But yeah, this one was the CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream Hydrating Anti-Aging Concealer. But it is in fact a foundation. So yeah, and then I got the shade Light Medium. So that's that. In terms of some bigger palettes for the face, I had brought my Tarte High Performance Naturals. I got this a while ago, like probably at least 2 years ago, and I haven't touched it at all, so I didn't use this. It was kind of like an all-over face palette. It has a blush, like a blush topper slash highlight, and a contour. Didn't use it. This one I got when I got the foundations as well. It is the Original Mineral Veil SPF 25. It was just like a setting powder. I don't think, maybe I did. I might have used this once. And again, because I was so sweaty, it might have even been for the wedding, possibly. Or maybe it was a day that we just like went out. But I wore it with the foundation as like a topper, and it balled up. Like, I had little beads of powder. Even though it wasn't a lot of powder, it just collected. So that was really good. This was a contour kit, question mark? A contour palette by Sephora, again for contouring, which is completely untouched and I did not use. So just didn't bother. I had this little mini that I had gotten, I don't know, as like a sample size possibly from Sephora or when I still did Ipsy. I got it from some kind of miniature thing. I didn't buy it. But it's the Tatcha the Satin Skin Mist. And I did use this. Maybe this is what made it bald because technically it's like a powder mist. But anyways, I did use this to set my makeup. 99% sure it was day of the wedding. So that I used. And I do believe it was the only like spray that I brought. I brought my Cocoa Powder Foundation from Too Faced, and I did not use this either. This was in case I didn't want to use cream, and I was like, oh, I'll just like dust some stuff on, which I was like, why would I do that? I'm a sweaty mess. I think I also didn't realize how sweaty I would be because here the weather is very dry, and in general it doesn't get to be too hot. When I lived back home in Ontario, it was very humid, but I haven't lived there in 2 years now in the summer, so I forgot how humidity works. And in Portugal and in Italy, like, drenched. Like, it was not a good sight. It wasn't cute, but the chances of anything staying on my face was just not. Like, there was a couple days where I thought I was wearing a waterproof mascara, which is in here somewhere, and it's not waterproof, and it was like running down my face. So yeah, powder, if you're going somewhere humid, I wouldn't recommend powder. No, because it'll do what it did on me, where it balled up. I brought my Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer, which is a great concealer. However, after being in Italy for a few days, I had gotten burnt, and then it gradually turned into a tan. Thankfully, I don't think my face burnt, but it did tan pretty quickly. So when I put this on, I think we went out to dinner. And I was like, I don't want to do my whole face, but I will cover up my bags because I was looking real tired. And I looked insane because it was way too light for my skin, and I looked really crazy, but I was too tired to care. So I did use this, but it wasn't useful. So after like that first day, or like the first time I used it within the first few days, I didn't use it again because it was completely the wrong color for my face. So this is all the stuff that I didn't need to pack. So it's pretty hefty. And as far as the things I did use from this bag, I used, oh sorry, I had my bees. I used these 4 items, but I only used this once. So same with this and this. So I mean, the only things that were really truly useful to me were my wipes. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. Okay, and then as far as new items that I got while I was there, I got the Kiko Ocean Feel Fluid Foundation SPF 30 in the shade 7, which was like their darkest shade. But it was on sale, so I don't know if they had more shades and this is what was left, but I got this in Portugal. It is an Italian brand, and it's really nice. It's quite thin. This is only 25 mils or 0.84 fluid ounces, but it was like €7. And it was on sale. So I don't know if they're discontinuing it, if they're just, you know, end of summer sale. But I swatched it on my hand and it matched my face for when I was there. And I was like, why not try it? So this is something I didn't use while I was there, but I picked up and I'm excited to try. I also got from like the convenience store the Miss Cop Fond de Teint Poudre Makeup Pro. So it's just a powder foundation in the color 02 Beige, and it looked a lot to me like the new powder foundation from Makeup Forever. So I was like, ooh, interesting. And I think I used this once while I was there to just like powder over my face, and it also balled up. So I I don't blame the makeup. I blame the heat and the sweat. But it did cover really well the like one time that I used it. So want to keep playing with this. And that was something that I saw and was like, that's fun. Let's try it. And it was like, I think €5 or something around that. This is from the brand Deborah Milano 24-Hour Perfect concealer. So this was in the color 02 Light Rose, and it is a stick concealer. And I use this guy under my eyes. We were walking in Sheffield, I think is how you pronounce it. It's in the vlog, so if you haven't seen it, I'll throw it up there. But yeah, while we were in Sheffield, we stumbled across like kind of just a general makeup store, like kind of like a Sephora. And they had this line from Deborah. And this was a really, I like swatched it in store, and it covered up like perfectly. Like it wasn't like a brightening, it just matched my skin really well. And since, as I mentioned, the whole issue with the Huda Beauty, I was like, ooh, I need some coverage for those days where I'm sleepy and for the wedding. That's actually my skin tone. So that's the story behind that. Did use it a few times actually, and that was a success. This is something I'm super excited about, and I'm just pumped. This is from Glow Obsession. No, sorry, it's called Glow Obsession. It's from the brand Pupa, and it is a compact highlighter in the color, I think it's 001. And Pupa is an Italian brand, and this is gorgeous. When I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, that's gonna be way too light, but it was the only one that they had left, and it's not. It's absolutely stunning. It's just, it's like right here, and it's kind of hard to tell because camera doesn't want to focus on it, but I love it. This was kind of pricey. I think it was like €18, which I didn't know until I got up to the front of the cash. But I'd buy it again. It's gorgeous and I love it. And I did use this as well on a few occasions. So 10 out of 10 would recommend if you see this somewhere. I don't think we sell it. I have seen a couple Pupa items. One of the Pupas that I have in here, actually I got at Marshall's. So they can pop up. If you see this pop up, I definitely recommend checking it out. So those were the stuff that was in my in my face bag that I did use, that I bought while I was there. I'm thinking of doing a more in-depth video kind of showcasing each of these items, doing like a full face with the makeup that I bought in Europe. So if you're eager about that, let me know in the comments below. It's coming one way or another, but like, share your excitement. Silver bag full of small things. I brought this whole thing of color guards that are meant to go under your eyeball to protect you from fallout and to also help with winged liner, but I used none of them. So I got these bad boys from Winners or Marshalls, judging by the tag, but I used none. Thought was there, execution was not. I used Beauty Tool eyelash curler. Yes, I did frequent my eyelash curler. This is the curling mascara by Kevyn Aucoin. Got this bad boy in my Beautylish bag box, mystery box. I'll link that up there too. It's a thrill. But I freaking love this. It's a tubing mascara, so when you take it off, like, I do find it can crumble a little bit. But when it does come off, it's not like flaky. It comes off in tubes, so it's easier to remove. And it doesn't come off nearly as easily as like it doesn't run down your face. So it's not waterproof because it does come off within reason. but it doesn't like crumble and like fall down your face like a regular one. So I did use this quite a bit. Loved it. Recommend. Joe Fresh Matte Liquid Eyeliner. I use this a bunch. I don't think store horizontally. I don't think I do that. Pretty sure I don't do that, but learning things. I don't believe that this is waterproof. I don't think I wore it in the water, but yeah, it's really easy to use. I used it lots. I did not bring an eye pencil. This was the only like eyeliner that I brought, but I did get good use out of this. So yes. Blue. I did use this, surprisingly. I wore a little black dress to dinner one night, and I don't know if I put any eyeliner, or not eyeliner, any eyeshadow on. It might have just been a day where, or a night that I put on mascara and eyeliner and this blue lip, and I felt sassy. So yes, I did use that. My Shadow Insurance Too Faced 24-hour anti-crease eyeshadow primer. Yes, I didn't use it much because I think I only had like a few days where I used my thing, but for the wedding, I know I used it for sure then. I don't know if I used it another time, but yes, I did use it at least once. Manzi Mayo Laboratories of Nature Wine Lip Tint Dare to Dream in the color Merlot Burgundy. I did use this. I got this on a trip last year when we went to BC, and it's a lip stain. So I believe I either wore this to the wedding or to the dinner. And I think I used it one other time. So I used this at least twice, if not 3 times. And it's great because I put it on. I didn't have to worry about it like crumbling or anything. You like blot it on, wait for it to dry, blot your lips just in case, and then it has a really good staying powder and it fades very gracefully. I think this is Femme Couture Rosé All Day lipstick in Berry Nude. I got this here at Sally Hansen a while ago. It's a nice color, but I don't think I used it. Maybelline Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I don't remember if I used it. I might have, but it's good to bring. It's easy to use. I want to say, is it like a synthetic tip? Yeah, it's like a little plastic type tip, and it's waterproof. So I might have worn it. I can't remember. I know our last trip we did to Mexico, this is all I brought and it's all I used. So I can't remember. This is kind of in the middle. But I'm going to put it in my use pile because it's good to have. I would recommend it. ColourPop Little League lipstick, not used. I like the idea of lipsticks, but they don't stay on my lips very well. So, yeah. Bomb Shelter. It's just a clear gloss that's easy to wear. I think I did use this on top of my stain on the wedding. So I used it at least once. It's just nice to throw over a dry lip. Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade. I don't think I used it. Maybe used it once, but I don't think I did. So I'm gonna say no. I brought the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color 0. I forgot I had this. I think I just mentioned I didn't bring another. I also apparently forgot I had this because I think when I did the Joe Fresh, I said I didn't have any other ones.
I did not bring an eye pencil.
And while I was there, I was like, oh, should I get an eye pencil for times where I don't want to do a winged liner and I just want to like... And I had this and I totally forgot it, but I was not in desperate need of it. I mean, it's fine to have one of these, but I don't... Oh, I did. I did have this in case I needed it, but did not use. So would I bring it again? I don't think so. This is my Lee Swatchier 24-Hour Glam Mascara. I swear, I thought this was waterproof. But even before I left, I remember looking at it and like looking at the packaging and being like, nowhere on it does it indicate that it's waterproof. But I remember wearing it thinking it was waterproof, and I think we went to the pool and I had black tears. There were also times where I'd wear it and I was sweating profusely and I had black tears. So it's beautiful. It wears really nicely, but not waterproof. So just keep that in mind. Smashbox Always On Metallic Matte in Kale My Vibe. Beautiful color. Very odd. It's like a metallic green color. Didn't use. I did use my colorful blue. Did not use my colorful kale. And then I have my Vice liquid lipstick from Urban Decay in the color Unbroken, as well as my Bare Minerals matte liquid lipstick in the color Boss. There's a possibility I used one of them. I believe it was a date night that we did, and possibly the rehearsal dinner. I think it was the Vice one, so I'm going to put my Vice one over here and my Bare Minerals over there. And then I brought a lip liner from Stila. It's the Stay All Day lip liner in Pink Moscato, which I did not use, which doesn't surprise me because I'm just not one of those people. In terms of new products, again from Kiko, I bought a long-lasting stick 8-hour no transfer eyeshadow in a fun blue color that I don't know the name of. It's the color 11. But it's this really cool blue. It's just like a stick and it's dainty and I'm excited to use it, but I didn't use it while I was there because I got it near the end of our trip. But I'm excited to try it. Metallic lip charmer matte. It's in the color Tempting Flormar. So this is a Turkish brand and it was in the Flormar store. They had really reasonable prices. I really enjoyed their stuff. I can't remember if I've checked when I got back if you can order it to Canada. I'll have to double check. But I did wear this once and it's just like a fun metallic, like orangish copper tone. So let me gather. So this is a side-by-side of the stuff that I did use compared to the stuff that I did not use. We're in the home stretch. There were some beauty tools in here that I had. I had this little sponge for foundation, which as you can see is totally clean because I never used it. So brought it, did not use it. I don't think. No, I didn't. He's separating. I did use this little guy, which I cleaned while I was there. I got this from Miniso a while ago too. It's like half silicone, half, I don't know what this material would be called. Sponge-ish? Like it's not sponge, it's like a memory foam almost. But I did use this to smooth out my foundation. I did bring 2 brush rolls. I really only used one. Let me get them out. So I brought my Nude by Nature brush set, which has a bunch of brushes in there. Whoa, look at that. So this has a bunch, but I don't believe I used this brush set at all. The brush set I used, Sephora Black Roll. I don't know what it's exactly called. So I brought this roll. I have at this point cleaned out all these brushes. And I used a good chunk of them. I used this one for my foundation. And I also brought this bad boy from Sephora. It is their number 94. It is the Core Diffuser, which was recommended to me for the Bare Mineral Stick Foundation. It's what I used actually in store to test it out, and I really liked it in store. So I bought the brush as well, but like I mentioned, did not use that foundation, so I did not use that brush. I had used this brush to kind of stipple in the It Cosmetics one, and then I used that for, I don't even know actually. Obviously the ones I used the most were like this one and this one just for my eyeshadow. And I think I used this guy for highlight, my bougie one. But yeah, this is decent. It was easy to travel with. It was small. It had everything I needed. So, you know, lesson learned, but that's okay. But yeah, I did use this to like stipple out any brush marks, and then the sponge side I don't remember if I also used, but they're super cheap if you have a Miniso, or like Miniso is essentially like, I don't know, it's not a dollar store, but it's got like Asian products. Like it's got like Korean skincare products, Korean beauty products, some Chinese brands. They have beauty accessories like brushes and wipes that are their own brand, as well as like other brands. They have some stuff from Etude House occasionally. They have my favorite blush called Cotton Blush, and then they have like some home goods, but I don't know if maybe you could find something like this at other like Asian retailers. Maybe even the dollar store might have something similar. Mine's falling apart sadly, so I have to get a new one. But it was something I didn't care for when I first got it, but it's really nice to just help like smooth out. I wouldn't just apply my foundation with this. I tried that before, it did not work. But as like an afterwards to help smooth and buff, great. So this one I used, this one I did not. Pupa, this was the Pupa that I found here in a Marshall's. I got it primarily for this beautiful yellow color. My plan was to like create like a fun look with like a blue dress or a black dress or jeans and a fun shirt. It came with one of those really annoying like sponge tip applicators, which I threw away, but sadly did not use it. In case you're wondering, this is called Vamp exclamation mark compact eyeshadow palette. And the reference is like a number, and then there's like a 001. So that's information if you want it. But yeah, this one I found here. So thrill. Did not use it though. This is from Jane Iredale. It is pure pressed eyeshadow. It's a quad question mark? No, it's a trio. In the shade Pink Bliss. It is actually far more purple than pink. Like both of these colors look very similar on camera right now, but this one's more of like kind of a pink, and then this one's like a champagne, and this one's like a burgundy reddish purpley kind of color. I used this little guy on the wedding day, so did use this. It's super tiny and easy to travel with. Love it. Used it. I bought this one, the New Nude by Huda Beauty, specifically for the wedding. I can't recall if I used it. No, I didn't. As I can tell by the complete lack of the colors. I might have dabbled in Secret possibly that day, because I think I did refer to this palette on that day. So I have Secret and Raw that I've touched, but, and like the concealer, but I'm pretty sure I used the Pink Bliss. So it's possible that I started with these two colors and then amplified it with the other palette. But I'm going to put this in the no pile just because it's so big. And aside from possibly dabbling, I really didn't use it. So wasn't worth bringing. Not going to include it in my yes pile. I brought my MAC palette. Wow. The MAC Art Library in Flamboyant. And I don't know that I used this one either. No, because like nothing is touched. Ta-da! So, I mean, if I were to bring one of them again, I'd probably bring this one again just because it's smaller and there's more colors that I think I'd be likely to use. But I'd rather bring a quad, I think, or, you know, something smaller that has the colors I need. So I'm going to put him in my no pile. But those are the things I brought right away, and then these are the things I got. So let's start with Pupa, because I got a bunch of stuff. So while I was there, I had done my nails before I left. There's nothing on them right now. But anyways, they had started peeling when I got there, and I was like, I am not going to a bougie wedding with my nails looking all ratchet and decrepit. So I went into that store in Italy, the Sephora-like one, looking for nail polish and left with a bunch of things. But I did leave with a nail polish also from Pupa. It's the Lasting Color Gel Glass Effect Nail Polish in the color U291 maybe, or 103. But it's this lovely purple color. And it worked really well. I think it was on for like the majority of my time in Europe. It lasted really well. It looked really pretty. Like it. Do recommend Pupa nail polishes. Also from Pupa, none of these are open, so I'm not going to open them right now, unfortunately. But like I said, I do want to do a full face with a bunch of these things, so let me know in the comments, because as I'm about to show you, I have a couple different colors and I can't put them all on my face because that would look weird. But I have Vamp Pupa Wet and Dry in the color, I think, Ombretto Cuto 305. Let me see, because I have more than one. No, I think Ombretto Cuto is the type. So this is the color V059, and it's this like bluish silver color. And so the point of these were that you could use them wet or dry, as the compact says, but they were like butter. They swatched so incredibly beautifully. I don't have silver. I have a lot of golds, but I didn't have anything like this in a silver, so I was like, yes, I'm gonna try it. So I'm excited to try that out. I got one that's matte. It's a Vamp Pupa Matte. This one is not wet or dry. It's just matte. So this one is in the color V072, and it's just like a peachy, like a transition shade. And then I got Vamp Pupa Extreme. And this, okay, so this one, like I said, was Ombretto Cuto. The matte one was Ombretto Compatto. And this one is an Ombretto Crema Pulvire. I don't know, because there's different colors on the tops and the bottoms. So, like this one, the first one I showed, I'll show you the back. So it says like the name, like the Ombretto here, which I think is like the style. And there's this number, and then there's this number. So I don't know which one is the shade number. The one directly under it says 305 for the silver one. For the burgundy one, not the burgundy, the matte one, it's 040, but under like here it's V072. And then for the extreme one, which is, like I said, like this, I don't know, copperish, I guess. This reddish shade is either 003 or V066. So the only one wet or dry is this one, although I think the extreme one could be used wet or dry as well. But it was the same, like they just swatched so nicely. Even the matte was like super buttery. I'm excited. I can't remember how much they were, but into it. And then lastly, from Pupa, I got the Desert Bronzing Powder. And like, look at this compact. Like, it's huge. It is the Terra Compacta Effetto Abbronzante. Don't shoot me for butchering the name. But yeah, so this one either is 003 or W031B. It says Tanning Effect Compact Bronzing Powder. So look at this color. She's beautiful. And then it says desert, 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 desert. So this was more for like contouring, bronzing in general. It was just too beautiful to pass up. So that's what I got from Pupa. And then from Flormar, Turkish brand. Don't know if I can get it here, but this one caught my eye to begin with. It is beautiful orange shadow called Orange Juice, and it is straight orange. Like, it's the most bright orange I've ever seen in my entire life. The camera is not even doing it justice because it's not actually showing how bright it is. Like, it's looking a little washed out on film. It's like the freshest orange you've ever seen. It's a little better now, but it's like dark. So you can kind of tell when I move it. It's not shimmery. Is it? Well, I guess it is a little bit. But it's okay, so it looks really intimidating in here. But if you can see it on the back of my hand, so it's right there, it's on my finger. Like, it creates this beautiful wash of color that you can build up or like wash out. Oh, love this. I don't know what I'm gonna do when it runs out. And the pan size is like decent, and I want to say it was like €5 or something. Like, super reasonable. Freaking love. And then this is another one. But yeah, this one's in the color Veloute, and it's like a purple. Like a, not a purple. Yeah, and they have like little mirrors up here, like so cute. So that's the purple. I think, like, it's kind of an odd color for me personally. I think my plan with this was to use it as more of like a topper because it just gives like a nice sheen, a nice shift. It's like purple but kind of blue and frosty. Nice as like an inner corner highlight. Love this. I'm excited. That's that. So out of all the eyeshadow palettes, I'll do a comparison of what I brought and like what I used and what I did not. Oh, I forgot one. I also brought my Make Off Instant Brush Cleaner. It's just like a color switch thing. So I did use that. I just like to have one, or like a cloth or something that you can quickly change out the colors of your brush, because I did bring a lot of brushes, but in terms of like eye brushes, it was like one crease brush, one like all over shadow brush, so you have to have something to make do with. So yeah, I hope that was helpful and interesting for y'all. Like I said, I do plan on doing a full review and try on of the products that I got. That's what I have. So I mean, obviously hindsight's always 20/20, but it's good to know, you know, these kinds of recommendations, I guess. And if I were to travel to these places again, obviously I would pack less and just pack more of the things that I think I would actually, like, I plan to use everything. That's why I packed them, but then I didn't. So knowing what I know now, you know, I know for the future, and hopefully that helped y'all in some capacity. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so like you get all the deets, all the tea is spilt right away. And like I said, I plan on using these new products. So if you go to Europe and you've seen these brands, if you are in Europe and you see these brands, if you see these products in like your Winners or your Marshalls, you know like what's good. So keep an eye out for that, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, thanks again. Bye.